Why you asking me all these questions? Yes, baby, this is my answer. I don't play or do bad. So before you, anything I do, it don't matter. It don't matter. Give me your love and wasting time on you, baby. You know that you drive me crazy. Ain't nobody got you, baby. Do it that I got you, baby. We getting harder. Still I want you with me through the cars, the cars. You will never switch in my corner. You will never break up my borders. Yeah. You know that your mama, I can't even lie like, girl, it's you. Oh, girl, it's you, darling. Whoa, take my hand and we can go far away. Baby, can you be my baby anytime and any day?
My love is crazy, all for my lady. Bust it down, I'm ready. What that's how I'm ready. Our love is red like a shooting star. We have a fire up a Kumbaya. You go shining over my heart. They can try and tear us apart. I love my baby, even though she ever drive me crazy. Close to me, my baby. Close to me, my baby. You know that your mama can't even lie like, girl, it's you.
Darling, won't you? Darling, won't you? Take my hand and we can go far away. Baby, can you be my baby anytime and any day? Baby, I'll put you first, give you my world.
Talof, everyone. Good evening. Talof, Utah. I'm your host tonight for Budah's Lounge. My name is Big Budah. I've been part of the Utah media landscape for the last 20-something years. And we started this podcast so that we can have long-form conversations with people that are doing it in our community, everyday people doing extraordinary things. Case in point, my guest, my brother from another, my cousin, my hombre, my toko'ua. Ladies and gentlemen, the new head coach of the Utah Islanders. Please give it up for my friend Fui Invested Vakapuna. Welcome, Coach. Welcome. Before, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to talk to us about the Utah Islanders. I think it's a great program. We will get to that. If you have any questions about the Utah Islanders, if you have high school age, college age young men who are living at your house and they can play football, have eligibility, right? So eligibility, you're going to want to pay attention. But before we get to the Utah Islanders, let's dive a little bit deeper and get to know our guest, Mr. Fui, Coach Fui Vakapuna. Early on, I don't know a lot. I did do some background check and, just to try to get an idea of what your story's about. But I always like to get it straight from you. Tell me about young Fui. Where'd you grow up? Where's your family from? So we can... Just like if you're doing a testimony, tell who your family is.
My parents are Semisi Vakapuna and Winave Vesenia Taufotofua. My dad's from Mua, Tatakamotonga, or specifically La Paja. And then you have my mom straight from Uiha, proud Uiha, but by the way of Kotu. So those...
Save the best for last, Uiha.
And so... that's where my parents are from, straight from the Kingdom of Tonga. Came out here, migrated out here. Was born and raised in Salt Lake. Was raised in Glendale, raised in West Valley, Magna. Raised as a man in Provo, but overall just been an 801.
You're a Utah kid.
Utah kid.
Okay. High school wise, where'd you go to high school?
I went to East High School.
Oh, you're a leopard.
Leopard.
Yeah.
8 South right there, and then you go up north a little bit.
Okay, now those of us who don't understand how things work here, you played for Highland though, right? Is that were you able to cross schools, or that was just a team? Explain that part.
Man, Highland rugby means the world to me. It was a rugby club, right? It was
at the time.
At the time.
Okay.
And so we would practice out in Sugar House Park, but it was just the best athletes would come together and play together at Highland High School. And we'd practice at just right up those hills, and learn and try to learn from the great Larry Gelwicks.
Larry Gelwicks. If you understand that name, he's now the travel guru. That guy, he's got lots of money. Don't let him fool you. I know he just came back from his mission. Press, we're gonna talk. We need some sponsors, by the way.
Yeah, please.
Travel sponsors. But
Charter, please.
Charter, yes.
Coach, we need that.
Yeah, you know how we do it. So for me, knowing that you played with Highland many years, that automatically tells me the kind of foundation and the kind of core that you're made of. The movie Forever Strong, I was able to play one of the key roles in the movie, but it was based on Coach Gelwicks and the way he coached Highland rugby. Is the movie at all close to the real story? And who played you in the movie? And did they do a good job?
Man, I think overall, everything, the values, the principles, high character, high integrity, all those values that came out of the movie depicted what Coach Gelwicks wanted as a foundation, right? Be kind to people. You represent your name well, all those good things.
It's still in you. Oh my gosh! It's like I'm looking at you. It's like you've just been hearing. It's not something you just made up. It's part of your fabric. It's part of your upbringing.
Absolutely. He instilled a lot, led us, right? Mentored us, talk the talk and walk the walk.
I'm getting chills, man. He really is a good guy for sure.
Man, he means the world to me, and I know he means the world to everybody that played for Highland under those 30 years?
30 years of dominance. and still. Who were you guys playing at the time? Who was on the squad at the time with you guys?
Man,
maybe, then also maybe we didn't know them from rugby. But then when they made NFL, that's when we knew them. But they started at Highland just like you.
Yeah. Halo Tingata, he was my teammate. He was our number 8, right?
Oh, man. That's the guy in the back that pushes everybody. He belongs back there.
Man, and he was running. He took the ball. He was like a running back, just running over, juking, jumping over. Like, if there's highlights out there, you'll see Haloti playing.
Rugby, no pads. Imagine that coming at you.
Crazy.
No, that's okay. Can you just play defense, please?
Right.
Who else?
So Stuart Bradley, he was one of my other teammates. He was the other wing on the other side.
Philadelphia?
Philadelphia, middle linebacker.
Yeah.
And then
so you had some studs.
Some dogs, yeah.
What about international? Did you guys get to taste any of the international play?
Yeah, we had a few of our players that came from New Zealand, played international. Richard, we had Isifa. He was our halfback, amazing player. Had the opportunity to go play out there with the All Blacks. And his younger brother was a boxer. He came and played out here. And so he was doing his thing over here as well, and then went back to fight over there with I think his last fight was Parker.
Oh no!
But they went at it.
not one of the real fighters. I'm like, we know Parker. Oh yeah, they've been representing our people for quite some time.
For sure.
Locally, the Boha's been representing. Give them a shout out.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So there's a lot of things happening in Utah around that time that you're going to high school. And a lot of the guys that were on the team also had the same teaching, and they also have similar, if not the same success that you had post-high school. I'd like to take a break. When we come back, I'd love to talk about your early years at BYU because we're talking about the Utah Islanders. This is where we're going to start to talk about the foundation of football and where that comes from. And the only guy that had his only catchphrase at BYU, Fui invested. Yes, we'll be right back.
And the shot of that tequila, it's been a little rough. Matter of fact, just leave the bottle. I don't think I've had enough to drown out the hurt that I feel. Can't believe this is real. Am I dreaming? One moment you told me you love me for life, and the next you're leaving. to erase the pain, 'cause all of our happiness was a lie, and now I'm hurting. Baby, I'm hurting. I'm taking shots and then cups like tomorrow is not for certain. Is there a prescription for broken hearts? 'Cause this liquor ain't working. It ain't working to drown out the hurt that I feel. Can't believe this is real. Am I dreaming? One moment you told me you love me for life, and the next you leave.
Sorry, we're continuing to have these conversations because we're alive. See, it's a live show. It's not cutting up. So welcome back into Budah's Lounge. My very special guest is Vakapuna. We're gonna the new head coach for the Utah Islanders. If you don't know anything about the Utah Islanders, it's basically our high school age, college age young men who are possibly not going to get a shot because of the transfer portal. But look, we now have the Utah Islanders. We'll get to that in a little bit. I wanted to talk a little bit about your early football career. Yeah. So you're out of East High School. How was it for you guys that year? Did you guys win a championship the senior, sophomore year, or any of those years?
We made the playoffs and got upset by Box Elder in the playoffs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so.
Wasps. No, Box Elder.
Bees. I think
it's Bees.
The Bees?
Yeah, it's probably Bees. Oh, gosh. Year.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah, and then my senior year, we lost to Timpview.
Okay. Very good schools.
Good schools.
Good schools. Yeah. out of your high school career, you get a nod from BYU. Do you get a scholarship?
Yeah. So I my first scholarship was to Dartmouth, one of the Ivy League schools. Right?
I was going to say, okay, he got brains.
That's
congratulations. That's a good, yeah.
Yeah, and so it kind of escalated from Utah offered, and then Nebraska, then BYU offered. I think going to the Nike camp out in Oregon was kind of catapulted my career and letting people kind of know I'm on the radar. So
were you using? Did any of the rugby stuff go with you? Did you take it with you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Playing rugby does. I think it does help you in football and just timing, visual. Using the stiff arm, right?
Yes.
That was something I definitely used, and little high step, using the knees to, watch out. It's gonna hit you a little bit in our tempo, So yeah, a little high step here and there, stiff arm, but like overall, like that, rugby helped a whole lot.
How was your time at BYU?
I enjoyed it. Brotherhood that we have over there. There's like we talked about Lake Hemuli. Hema Hemuli, man, you had all these Kalani. He was
a beast when he was playing.
Beast. Yeah. Marky Atawaya.
Oh, forgot about Mark.
All those guys, right? And so Ronnie Jenkins, like just some dogs that played and dominated. And I jumped down south.
Yeah. And then also to see your the coaching tree, right? If you look at the two teams that are in the Super Bowl, you got Philadelphia Eagles, you got the Kansas City Chiefs. Yep. And then the coaches, Andy Reid coached the Eagles before, and then he switches and he goes, I'm like, oh man. And he's got a bunch of coaches from the BYU era. Yep. I'm reverse that. There's a bunch of coaches who are connected to Andy Reid, which are connected to BYU now.
For sure.
And so for me, when I bring that up, that's got to give you some hope that maybe I can have a legacy in coaching like those who've gone before me, because they all came from the same stock.
Absolutely. Norm Chow.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about Norm too.
Yeah.
That's crazy. USC and he came. Oh gosh.
Yep. Norm Chow, Coach Anai, Robert Anai.
Sorry, because oh my God.
So I got to.
I'm forgetting a bunch of them.
Coach Lance Reynolds. These are the guys that kind of molded me into like my philosophy and my ideology of what offense can be. Yeah.
Only because you did it. Tell me about your time in the NFL real quick.
Man, it was awesome. I had a great time. It was meant to be. Had to learn quick, learn fast. it's a business, right? And you have to treat it as such. And but overall, just built another experience of just brotherhood with a lot of my teammates. Chris Henry, rest in peace. That was one of the guys that took me under his wing. Now he has his son, the number one receiver or player in the nation, right? Chris Henry Jr. And so got to build a relationship with those guys and Laney, Tonga, and all those guys. So it's having those Tomata Peko, John Fournette, Ray Maulunga, good brothers of mine. So
It's obvious that you have great friends, you have good connections. You're going to have a lot of help. It looks like you're going to have a lot of, but obviously being the head coach, what can I ask you of this? Is it your family that drives you? Is it just trying to emulate Coach Gilwick's? What's driving Coach Vakapuna to be the best with the Utah Islanders?
I think my wife and kids, right? They're the ones that are my driving force, right? My kids never saw me play or ever seen me play anything, right? And so for them to kind of get shocked and surprised, like, Dad, you're a coach? You're like, you really gonna all of a sudden they hear stories, right? They'll hear like, Dad, you played ball, you played in the NFL. But I think this right here, to see them smile and just to see them kind of experience what it is. There's going to be the good, bad, and ugly. Hopefully it's always the good things, right? Yeah. But overall, just to see their faces and be curious on like, wow, this Dad's trying to do something and help out with the community. Hopefully it goes well. Is
it overstepping? Is it overreaching if I say that the Utah Islanders are basically an unincorporated JC team?
I would say right now we're a collegiate program. Right, we've proven that we can play the teams, the likes of Snow College and New Mexico Military. We're in the process of finally getting that all solidified. Like from first game to Snow, New Mexico Military, Blinn College, Navarro College, Community Christian College. These are college JCs, and we're going to be playing them, and that's pretty exciting to put out there and let everyone know, like, hey, we're out here and we play at a high level. Probably the hardest schedule out there for JCs.
Now, knowing that, people now might start doing the backwards thing, right? They want to now know. So what are you guys? What do you guys do? Being the head and the face of the team, and obviously I know this already from you because we are good friends. You don't want that. You're about the boys. You're about the team. I know this. But tell me about how do you sell the Islanders when you're sitting at a bus stop and somebody, what do you do? Oh, what are they? Who are they? Tell me about how do you tell just regular everyday people who and what the Utah Islanders are about?
We're a collegiate program partnered with Salt Lake Community College, thankfully, where we provide an opportunity to either to get to D1. There's nothing wrong with D2 and D3, but there's opportunity to play D2 and D3, right? And so there's a pathway to go to D1 and also a pathway to have an opportunity to land on your feet with trade schools. And so we higher education is what we preach, higher education, mentorship, career development. These are the type of things that we provide for our players.
Now, for parents who have young men who could potentially be the freshmen that get picked up in college teams, right? Yeah. With the transfer portal, my understanding is it becomes more difficult, and the Islanders could be an answer to that. Can you explain that just a little bit,
Coach?
For sure,
yeah. Right now, there's that transfer portal, and so that attracts a lot of the D1 high caliber teams, right?
Okay.
So you're gonna see a trend that everyone's only recruiting from transfer portals.
Now, the guys that are transfer portal, I just want to understand they're not freshmen. Yeah. They maybe have played 1 or 2 years,
absolutely.
So they're conditioned.
Yep.
Okay, that's what I want to understand. Yeah. So basically, they forced a business deal, right? I want to go with experience as opposed to talent.
Yep. And so they pick teams will probably just pick the guys that are already developed, and then you have those high school players that that are kind of teeter-tottering and not knowing if they're up to that level. But this is where JC comes to the picture. But also we fill that void, or we fill that gap where, hey, you could come play at this with the Utah Islanders and play at a high level.
Now, when you guys have these games, are you aside from the team that you're playing, your opponent, are coaches, are scouts coming, looking, and from that point, let's say there are coaches in the audience, and they see a player on your team. Maybe they're with USC, for example. I don't know why you was sorry. Okay, BYU. Let's say BYU. Sorry, we're home. BYU or Utah says, "Hey, Fui, I really like number 57, man. What's the deal with him?" Is that usually how it starts?
Yeah, absolutely. We want these guys to be recruited by USC, BYU, Utah State. The goal is to like we hope to be another farm school to Utah, BYU, or Utah State.
That freaking just hit me right now.
You know, and so like
Give me some. I just got the picture. Holy, there's nobody else is doing it.
No one's doing it.
No, you guys are the only show in town. That just clicked over for me just now.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So now I see it. It's the quality now. Now that you've established yourself, now you can't put out fakes.
Yeah.
You can't put out bizzle.
Yeah.
You got to put out fire now.
Yeah, you have to.
I got it.
Yeah, and so we know that snow can't take all of them, right? Or some of the kids sometimes just don't want to go travel to a different JC and go in that metropolitan area and then drive another 2 hours, right, to a JC. But being here and having a big city like Salt Lake now, and man, we haven't had any junior college or a collegiate level within the NJCAA that can compete, and so we hope to be a rivalry with Snow College, respectfully.
No, that's we wish nothing but the best for you. Can I ask about with the change in the temperature of the with NIL, those things we couldn't even talk about. I couldn't even take you out to lunch back in the day, right?
Man.
Because it was a violation, right?
Yeah.
How has the times changed now? Having this, because that rule is no longer there, does it help you or does it hurt you?
I think it helps because we'll be there to help mentor these kids in understanding what NIL means, right? NIL is name, image, and likeness, but we want them to capitalize on that in a way where they can thrive long term instead of just getting the quick bag, right?
Yeah.
And so, there's the collective and there's the NIL, and so there's a difference when it comes to the collective and NIL, and so hopefully we can educate and help students, hopefully build them up, and so entices colleges.
No, this is crazy to me because I'm just laymaning the heck out of it. Like, you can't do social media. This is the old school. You can't do social media. Stay off of it. Fast forward to NIL. As much social media as you can, but keep it positive, keep it clean, and this is your money.
Yeah,
crazy. The times have changed.
These guys are looking at high character kids, and hopefully through our program we could help develop these high character kids. If they're at-risk students, we want to help those guys. Yeah. If they're dogs that just kind of went away for a little bit, we're here to help you get on that track to be a D1 player. Yeah. For sure.
And again, those of you not familiar with the vernacular language, when we say dogs, it's a term of endearment. It means you want that guy on your squad. You definitely want that. Let's take a break. So we can talk about the schedule and how you can support, how we, the public, can support the Utah Islanders. As we say goodbye for this segment, just want to remind everybody, One Love Kava Lounge, they are serving kava on Tuesday, Wednesday, Fridays, and Saturdays, 9 to midnight. It's a working men's mix. Awesome. Yeah, so you can go home and still be with your family. Okay, don't explain your life. We'll be right back. Fully invested in the house.
Without a doubt in my mind, we'll make it to the end. This moment's been rolling over inside my head, and I can't wait for a time when we are close again. Yeah. I don't wanna waste no time. It's been so long since the day I touched your face. It's you and I, babe, keeping this alive, babe. Never let it fade, only resonate. Yeah. We can go wherever you want, but you decide. I got the music to ride for a vibe. Let's disconnect and take a rest from
Welcome back to Buddha's Lounge underneath Everyday People, Utah Pacific Chapter. Thank you to the lovely Cindy Sattini, who is engineering our show. We are speaking with whoop, whoop. We're speaking with the the appointed head coach for the Utah Islanders, Fui Vakapuna. Before we talk about the schedule and how we can help out, I want to talk to you about your friends and your family who may have not seen you maybe a couple of years. They thought they knew who you were and how you were. Something happens to you. They see you like, did you lose weight? You seem more confident. What's going on with you? You're smiling all the time. You have a spring in your step. I know that to be the result of having having a life experience. My brother and I were brothers under the art, under the au, the needle. And we call each other the bat team. Now I know what Fui went through, but I don't want to steal your words or talk for you. How was it getting the the traditional Tongan tattoo? How was that, bringing that back, being one of the first to reignite and to bring back the culture to the forefront? And what we're talking about is a tattoo from the waist all the way down, just like mine, but they have Tongan motifs. How was your experience? How long did it last? Bring us up to speed.
That was the most humbling experience I've had together with my wife, where she got to witness and my kids got to witness me going under the owl, right? And that was an experience I'll never forget. And it was, to me, is about connection with family, connection with God, connection with culture, with community. That was an experience that will forever kind of be ingrained in my mind and my heart, for sure.
It's definitely one of those things where, like you said, this is the way I lived through my experiences. The tough times, whatever I experience in real life, it seems to pale in comparison to the pain that I underwent. And I would always say, Sully, you had that needle right next to your thing, and come on, and you survived. Come on, bro, you can handle this. Come on. I would say those things to myself. Do you catch yourself beefing yourself up? But reminding yourself. What is what I mean? Reminding yourself of the journey you already went through, the trip that you went to hell and back.
Yeah, for sure. It was 7 days, right? 7 days, and it was 4 hours, and 4 hours for 5 of the days, and then 7 hours the last 2 days, right? And so those were moments where, man, I didn't realize I had the capacity, right? But you had to kind of dig deep inside in your mind and in your heart, and in representing and finding a way that you can overcome anything. To me, it was a spiritual journey. I'm a God-fearing man, so it felt like, when they say bleed with every pore, right? What the Lord and Savior went through, that to me, I only had a
You were very close. We were very close.
Very close, right? And so that to me is how I connected in a way. Like, it felt like atonement was what I kind of bring it into one word.
Personal, your personal atonement. Yeah. I love that you explained it that way, because everyone does have a different experience. Which part of your body was the most difficult as far as the needle? Did the needle stick, or did you have what'd you have a tough time with?
Man, I think the whole thing was just tough.
This is code for guys who went through, like, our tattoo guy may be watching right now. I don't want to talk about it. Puka.
Yeah. Puka.
Oh my gosh.
I think, man, when it hit the bone, there was some parts, right? The spine was a tough one.
Oh my gosh.
Right? The knee, inside your
behind the knee, the thigh, right
the
here.
Thigh.
You know,
those are moments where you're like, what am I doing? And then looking at the family that's watching you and singing, having those songs sung, right, and singing those hymns that got me through.
That really pushed through.
Yeah.
One last question about the tattoo before we talk about the Islanders. Your father-in-law, he was actually the catalyst for me to get my tattoo, because at the time he and my Uncle Leonard Peters, were the first two guys in Samoa that were in a public arena when it did it. And I'm telling you, man, Samoan people lost their minds when Uncle Andy got his tattoo. I mean, Uncle Leonard got his tattoo because he did it with Andy, right? And it was this thing like, you guys have high positions in church. You guys have high callings. What are you guys doing? Coming to find out that, hey, I'm doing it for my culture. This is my culture. This is my identity. Has nothing to do with anything else. And so that I always take my hat off to Congressman Faleau Mavanga Andy Hunkin and my Uncle Leonard, who paved the way for me to have the brave and boldness to say I want to do it and then not look back.
Agreed. Yeah, he was a big example, right? My father-in-law, Andy Faleau Mavanga, he was in the public service for almost
U.S.
30
Congressman.
years. Yeah.
He was the OG. Mr. Guy, his love for the people, it's infectious. And when he would sing and talk so eloquently about Samoa, it was hard not to fall in love with Samoa again. Rest in peace, Uncle Andy. Let's segue into the Utah Islanders. What your mission is. Your mission is to help these young men get to the next level. How can the public support you, Coach? How can, besides just from coming to the game, I want you to be successful. Let's tell everybody how to do that. How do we help you?
Yeah, I think it's just being fully invested. Right?
Let's double dip. Hey, let's do it.
And that's obviously coming to the games, but we're gonna have some dinners, some galas where if you'd like to sponsor and donate, everything goes to the player. Like literally everything will go to the player. And in helping them in their path to get to D1 or helping them with their trades or their schooling. This is literally a passion. I wouldn't say a project. It's our mission, right? Our mission to help these guys really thrive in this time, right? And Utah Islanders are there for the community. I think you'll see it, and it's only gonna. Within time, you will see, hopefully, the impact that we have in the community. And so that's. And
I know that, through our relationship, I know you always try to make everybody around you feel good about their jobs and then make sure that they feel counted and important. Who are some of the people that don't normally get to shine that you'd like to thank? Maybe some back office people. Who are some people that are helping you fight this fight and push it besides the coaching side? Let's give them some flowers, Coach, to help you out.
Yeah, well, obviously the founder, Chris Heelan and Jess Heelan, they have a big heart, right? And they want to help. They were impacted by a Pacific Island experience, right? Going out to an AAPI experience, they went and saw the connection. They felt the mana, right? And I think that them honoring and saying, hey, you know what? Why don't we call it the Utah Islanders? That shout out to him and Jess, and then just I would say to you and those that have the platform to talk about the Utah Islanders, just talking about us, promoting it in a way where we want to help these kids, right? Not only kids, but also the coaches. There's also a pathway for coaches that want to prove themselves to be in a college level.
Really?
And so
I had no idea. I thought these were just for the players. It's a whole thing. I got you.
Yep.
So other coaches that also want to move up a level, this is a good place to showcase and coach.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So there's a pathway for coaches, not only for players but also coaches. We just got in our head trainer, and she's been helping LaDonna. She's going to be one impactful individual to help take care of our players and really mentor them too. We're all in this together. It's just not just one person doing this. Literally in unison, we're all doing it side by side for sure.
Again, Coach, thank you so much for taking on the responsibility to be head coach. There's a lot of stuff going on. When we come back, we're going to take one more break. Can we take one more break, babe? Okay, let's take one more break. We'll come back. We'll wrap things up with Coach. We're talking family. We're talking Highland rugby. Most importantly, the Utah Islanders. Don't move a muscle. We got Vakapuna in the house.
said that our love could never go through. But what do they know? Girl, I'm still in love with you. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way you brush your long black hair. And when I look into your eyes, it's a feeling I can't compare. 'Cause your love has got us through our deepest trials.
All right, I'm over here fanboying with whoever guy he played in the NFL, the basketball. What about Peyton Manning? What about what about? Sorry, gotta calm my fangirl down. Welcome back into the show. You are tuning into Budah's Lounge with everyday people. We're talking to Coach Vakapuna with the Utah Islanders. He played at BYU, played at Utah at Highland Rugby, played in the NFL, and that's where we are. Just wanted to wrap up a little bit talk. It's appropriate.
Yeah.
We're in the Super Bowl week. Sunday's the big game, Super Bowl. You got two teams that have steeped coaching history with BYU coaches.
Yeah.
You got the mustache, Andy Reid, Big Red, Andy Reid. Can you tell me a little bit about that pride as a football player and now as a coach, being connected to that tree, even if it's just a little bit, you are connected to Andy Reid.
Yeah.
To talk about that and possibly the game this weekend.
For sure, it's just always an honor to watch how he, just how he just has an aura to himself, right? Coach Reid was always been a mentor to all of us. Every time he stepped on campus, you're like, man, Coach Reid, that's like just the pride, right?
Yeah.
Like he's playing in the NFL, he goes to the Super Bowl, all those things. So just for him to be even humble enough to talk to us at times, it's like, you guys good? How's school? How's family, first and foremost, right?
Yeah.
Send us to the Super Bowl, Coach. Oh, man, sorry we can't do it. It's a NCAA violation.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
How proud are you to see kids like Kingsley Sumatea, who just left the program in a great situation?
Yeah, phenomenal situation. Kingsley was awesome kid. Just family, comes from an amazing family. And just to see him be there, I'm just happy for him and his family, just to be in the Super Bowl, right? And just those first time experiences that he's having, from being drafted to playing first time, going to fall camp, and everything. Every day is a first time for him. So he's like, man, this is totally new. But remember, it takes a lot of work. And
well, it's a second year. But can I ask you, what was it like being a rookie? Everything's new. Yeah. Did you have to quickly learn the playbook? Did you carry your playbook all the time? What was it like? Yeah,
man, at first it's intimidating, but once you feel like you belong, you just have to get used to the verbiage. Then you just kind of get used to, oh yeah, I do belong. I should be here. I can play at a high level and knock some heads and run the ball or catch the ball.
Did you see that always happen, being the big dog from your high school, right? Every big dog's high school, every high school big dog came, right? Yeah. So now you're really the best of the best. When did that click into you? Was it a tackle? Was it a pass that you made? Did you like, hold up? Yeah. Oh shoot, I think I do belong here. Yeah, like you just said.
For sure. Cedric Benson. He was a big mentor of mine. Rest in peace. But Cedric Benson, he was the one that kind of set the standard for us young bucks, and was like, "Hey, go get him!" Like, and I'll come off your block and make a touchdown. Just those type of conversations gave you that confidence. So, that moment when he told me, like, "Hey, go get him!" Like, don't stop.
That's so crazy. I can feel the chills right now in the huddle, and my teammate says to me, "You want to follow me? Just follow me, and I'll plug the hole." Yeah, that is amazing. You guys were at that level.
It was that level, and I would watch him, like, man, from University of Texas when he was playing there, right? And he was coming off what Ricky Williams' experience, and he was trying to identify himself as Cedric Benson, right? And he came out from the Bears, but to come to the Bengals, like, he wanted to make a name for himself. So it's just those experiences, and even with all my Usos from Doma Taupeko and John Fernandez and Ray Maulunga, those guys, like, being there and having some polys in the team, that was pretty cool.
How tough is it to, to have friends like that, to be in the NFL and focus on your task? Because now I'm sure you could accept invitations. Like, bro, come, we're going over the Super Bowl this week. Come, because you're still connected with them. How you gotta separate, right? How important this seems to be more important to you, Coach.
For sure.
As I'm looking, you're here for the interview. You're still connected, but this is your hustle.
Yeah, Utah Islanders is my first priority, right? Family first and foremost, but when it comes to Utah Islanders and taking care of human beings, right? Taking care of these young men that are gonna be men, right? Boys to men, and so if I could help develop them and as my fiduciary responsibility to get that going, that I want to and I yearn to help them in that way.
You just echoed what Will Smith said at the Grammys. He was talking about Quincy Jones. Told a great story. Quincy comes out, they're shooting Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, looks at the snacks, and he says, "Hey, come here. This is what you feed your people?" He goes, "I ain't charging snacks. Your name's on the script." He said, "Look, I don't care what you do. It's your job to take care. Just like that, you have to take care of them." I hear that. I get chills, Coach. I hear, and this is what I'm feeling. Thank you, Utah Islanders. You guys should be confident that there's a coach who is willing to put himself out there for these young men. It almost feels like, Coach, and correct me if I'm wrong, it almost feels like you and these other coaches are trying to give these young men, even though you guys made it to the successful levels in your career, you're still trying to give them stuff that you guys didn't have when you were trying to get into the game.
For sure. I was one of those guys. If you remember Prop 48, I was one of those guys, right? And so that meant that I had to go to school, but I couldn't play my first year. And so I know that I was overlooked, right? And so that lit a fire in myself. Like I do believe and I do belong in this, and so hopefully I can provide that for these kids coming in. Like, hey, if they've overlooked you, it's okay. This is your chance. Take this opportunity, and I know you'll take it. But it's just a matter of, do you have to believe within yourself first, and then go from there, right? And then all the tools that we'll provide, we're gonna provide it all. Hopefully it's an NFL experience that these kids get. That's what we want to provide.
Now, aside from coaches and players that we've talked about that you could use, are there any other openings, volunteer positions in the office that you could use good, qualified people to help make this journey for these young men a little more plausible?
For sure. If you see on our website, we have these opportunities of openings. Either you want to come intern, there's job openings, game day experience, player development, all these things. There's a lot that's open out right now in the website that we still need to fill those positions, and we want to give a high quality experience and a high quality experience for our fans. Like I gotta provide a quality experience.
Still got to be
them.
entertaining.
And it still has to be entertaining. So if you see the Savannah Banana, if you've seen those guys, that right there, to me, like, that's game changing. And hopefully we could provide that here.
It's so funny that you brought those guys up. And I'm not flexing with it, but I've been in conversations with John Apsey, the Utah Jazz Bear, and my other friend Ron Duncombe. Yeah. There is an outfit that wants to bring a team similar to, and they want to do it here. It's John Buck. Wow. He was a major league catcher. Yeah. He's the guy that's behind it. So when you have those rich Palangi fans, they just call you. But the Savannah, bro, man, you're absolutely. Is that the kind of style you guys are trying to do?
We want the priority is for the fans when they come to the game. It's like, all right, what is their experience? How can we provide a better experience?
Sounds like you need an MC on the field to do some chihus and
absolutely,
and
yes.
I don't know. If only you knew somebody who did that, man. Please. Who was a friend. I'll do the first game.
Thank
How about
you.
that? I got the first game.
All right.
That's my donation, my gift back to help these guys. If I come and give the fans an experience. So if you've ever been to the Utah Warriors, I am the on-field MC for them. I helped lead the Chihus, and without breaking the rules, Coach, this is what I will say. I will bring that same energy for you the first home game. And if you want to bring I will do that. That'll be my give back to you.
Thank you so much.
Did you hear that, honey? That's our give back to them. Okay.
But with that,
listen to this. Let me do this. Let me just since we're in idea mode, we can now highlight players. We can bring them on, and we can actually help them prepare for interviews, prepare for those kind of things. I don't know a button hook. I don't know what that is. But I do know how to hold a microphone. I do know how to talk. I can help. I'm just talking about there's a different way you interview. You know this, Coach. There's a different way that you chat with people and a different way that you interview or even report maybe there's a player that wants to be a reporter. Yeah. We can train them to be sideline reporters and use the game as a training tool. Why not?
Please. Right? That would be I'm thankful for that.
And then you can, and if whatever happens, now you have a farm of commentators that can come back and commentate your game and give back. I'm just trying to help out, Coach.
Thank you so much.
Let's do this.
Yes,
right?
Let's do it.
Right. I want to help out just the same way we're asking people to help out. Don't just buy tickets to the game. Buy merch, sponsor a kid, sponsor a meal, do whatever you can. If you don't have money, volunteer. Yeah. So I'm just giving what we can.
That means a lot. Thank you so much.
In closing, who's the most famous person in your phone? You don't have to tell us the number, just the name.
Most famous person. Oh, man.
In your contact.
As a celebrity or?
Yeah. Well, who's famous? Don't.
Who I always look up to and all that?
I know where you go. Don't do this. Here we go. Yes. Hello, Tingata. Who's the most famous person in your contacts?
Man. My wife.
Good answer. I almost had him, guys. I almost had him. Because Aloti's like, he better say my name. You better not name. Oh, man. Those are just fun and games.
No,
since he didn't answer that one, if you were a fruit, what kind of fruit would you be and why, Coach?
Oh, man. Probably a mango.
Ooh, okay. Why a mango?
Man, it's delicious every time, even when you look at it.
Even when you look at it, it looks delicious. Well, thank you so much, Coach, for taking time out of your busy schedule.
Thank you.
All we want to do is help you champion these young men, and hopefully they can remember Coach Vakapuna the way that you remember Coach Gelwicks. And these lessons will permeate through generations, not just with their lifetime, but their kids' lifetime.
Man, thank you.
You're making changes. I'm very proud of you. Very proud to call you my brother. Any last words in closing before we say goodbye?
Thank you for all the support. Thank you for this platform where we could come and talk about family, culture, identity, and service. This is awesome. Thank you.
Well, if we can help one person is our goal, we're doing something, and we really are offering our service to help these young men because at the next level, maybe you could be a sideline reporter. Maybe you could be a commentator. Why not start the training now on any of those things, including coaching and playing?
Thank you.
That's all the time we have. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please click, like, and share. This video will be saved in our video library. So if you have somebody in your life that could benefit from learning about the Utah Islanders and also the vibe from our coach here, please tell them to go over to Everyday People Utah Pacifica chapter and check out our video library. And as we say every day on Everyday People, please be kind. Coach, Faftai Lava, appreciate you. Ofas and alofas. Bye, guys. Have a great Monday. Go Chiefs and Eagles. I don't know who to vote for, man. That's